Bryant, we seen him sign with the Ravens practice squad pending a physical, and now everyone going out there thinking Dez has anything left and they're trying to pick him up or whatever. But Dez Bryant, it's been a tough 3 years for him. We haven't seen him on a football field in 3 seasons, I think. He tore his Achilles last year when the Saints signed him about mid-season or week 12, whatever it was when he rehabbed, and Dez couldn't even get on the field. In Dallas, he was declining in his last couple seasons where he could only run a route or two was Dez Bryant, and now he goes to Baltimore on the practice squad. He's not even active. And let's think about it. Baltimore, they got Malcolm Brown, Hollywood Brown, whatever you want to call him. You got Willie Snead over there, the track star, Dunleavy, whatever his name is. He's more of a kick returner anyway. You got Lamar Jackson, Ingram, Edwards, Dobbins, Mark Andrews, Nick Boyle. So a lot of weapons on that offense. Dez, I don't know what he has left. He's 31, 32 years old, coming off a major injury. He's had some nicks and injuries over the last few seasons. And now that he's hurt, coming back to the practice squad after 3 years for Baltimore, I don't even think he's worth a flyer. By the time he learns the playbook and everything and they call him up, he's not going to have a role. So I think getting Dez Bryant is pretty much a waste on your bench. I know you're just assuming something or looking to see what he does, but I don't think Dez Bryant has it anymore for fantasy purposes. He'll be more of an emergency backup, 4th or 5th receiver on Baltimore. Yeah, we saw the training videos in the offseason of Dez Bryant, and I'll be honest, he looked good and quick. But training videos and running routes is nothing like getting that first hit back in the NFL, and especially after not taking a hit for 2 or 3 years. It's going to be different. The body's older, maybe it's refreshed. But we see Rob Gronkowski, prime example this year. He's not the same Gronk he was, and he took a year off only to get the body refreshed. Dez has been off now 3 seasons pretty much. So even if he's on the Ravens, they call him up from the practice squad, I do not see Dez Bryant making a fantasy impact unless there's a major injury or he just comes out of nowhere, but I don't see it. So my opinion, he's not even worth the bench spot unless you got nothing better on your waiver wire. But if you're in a normal, 10 or 12 team league, it's too shallow to get Dez Bryant, in my opinion. So with Bryant signing with the Ravens, yeah, it's happy to see him back in the league in some capacity, but I don't think he'll have a fantasy impact at all this year or maybe ever in Dez Bryant. I hope he does, but I just don't see it. Baltimore has their system. They have all their weapons. So Dez Bryant, I would stay away from. There's tons of guys out there still on wires that are playing. They're in shape. They know their playbooks. And I'd rather have those receivers than Dez Bryant, who's a total lottery ticket, and he's not even on the Ravens active roster right now. So that's my take on Dez Bryant signing possibly with the Ravens